Welcome to episode number 33 of the Soulful Menopause podcast. In today's quick episode, I'm sharing one of the hidden symptoms of menopause that you may be suffering from, and a silent issue that can be going on in your body that's keeping you stuck or even contributing to your menopausal symptoms, and how taking supplements can sometimes make your health worse. Welcome to the Soulful Menopause podcast. Discover how to transform the chaos of menopause into vibrant health and a soulful life you'll love. I'm Sally Love, natural nutritionist and soul wisdom coach. I want you to experience a soulful menopause that'll guide you into the best years of your life. Hey there, lovely lady. I hope you're doing really well. Now, this is a quick episode that I wanted to put together for you because I'm running an online workshop on Tuesday next week, which is the 3rd of November, 2020. And it's called Food, Herbs and Nutritional Supplements for Your Menopausal Symptoms. Now, I wanted to share some bite-sized pieces of content from the workshop with you now. So if you are interested in finding out more, then you will find a link in the show notes, or you can just head on over to my website, soulfulmenopause.com, and just click on the Work With Me for full details. Now, also, if you're listening to this podcast episode past the 3rd of November 2020, then I really do hope that you'll find these pieces of information insightful and helpful for you. But please do still visit my website, as I may be running this event or something else like it very soon. Okay, so some of the things that I'm going to be covering during my upcoming workshop are why taking a supplement you hear about online may actually be detrimental to your health and make your symptoms worse. I'm also going to be covering the hidden symptoms of menopause, symptoms that are often overlooked by your doctor and then leave you feeling as if your whole health and your life is just falling apart, crumbling around you. And I have experienced that, and I've got a story to tell on that one. Also, you can discover what silent issues can be going on in your body without you even knowing about it that could actually be contributing to your symptoms, preventing your healing and keeping you stuck. I'm also going to be covering what's going on in your body during menopause and why it can affect everyone differently, and how all aspects of your being, physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual, can affect your menopausal symptoms. And of course, I'm going to be going into natural food, herbs, and nutritional supplements for your menopausal symptoms that actually support and nurture your whole being. Plus, you're going to have the opportunity to get your questions answered. So, if menopause is confusing and overwhelming for you at the moment, and it's ended up with you having more questions than answers, then please do join us. And if you're listening to this after the event has happened, please also feel free to forward your questions to me, because I can always create a podcast episode for you, addressing the concerns that you're facing at the moment. So one of the first things that I want to share with you are the hidden symptoms of menopause, because for me, it wasn't until I was well into menopause that I realized some of the health issues I was having were actually attributed to it. And the thing is, there are so many of these hidden symptoms, so many things we're unaware of. I hear stories all the time of women going to their doctor for various health concerns, but the trouble is they're either fobbed off with being told, oh, it's just an age thing, forget about it, or they're written a prescription, or they have all these tests, but then they're told that everything's okay. They can't find anything wrong with them. And that just leaves these women feeling as if they're going mad or just becoming a hypochondriac. And it can be really stressful and really frustrating. So I'm just wondering if you're experiencing something like that, because I certainly did too. And, well, the stress of this can just make things worse. You know, for me, I had just started playing tennis. And I was absolutely loving it. I loved how my body felt playing it. I enjoyed the whole process. And it was a really good way for me to work on my cardiovascular health and have fun while I was doing it. But then suddenly I got Achilles tendonitis in both of my ankles. Both of my ankles were really swollen and really painful. So I just knew, well, I couldn't play anymore. And because I loved every second of it, it was really stressful for me to suddenly not be able to do it. And of course, it was really painful. So, it was a very stressful situation and something I wasn't, of course, very happy about. And I could hardly walk at one point. I was just limping along in a lot of pain. So, at first, of course, I thought, oh, well, it's just the tennis causing it. And to some extent it was, because it was a different form of movement for me. But the core reason, the reason underlying everything, was that this was a symptom of menopause. And this wouldn't have happened before menopause. What was happening for me there is that when our estrogen levels drop at menopause, it affects almost every aspect of how our bodies function. And one of those things is how our tendons are affected. Now, estrogen actually affects our tendon metabolism. I mean, the whole health and repair of them. Now, our tendons primarily consist of collagen, and collagen is affected by low estrogen levels. And when you exercise, what happens is it actually causes some good micro trauma in your muscles and your tendons. They tear a little and then they repair. And that process of the tearing and repairing is what builds your muscles up and keeps you strong. But it takes a much longer time for them to repair when we have low levels of estrogen in our bodies. And during menopause as well, you're more prone to inflammation. So the exercise that you used to do before menopause is now suddenly a lot more challenging for your body, because you've got the inflammation going on. Your body's taking a longer time to actually heal from these micro tears as well. So, unfortunately, if you get an injury, you'll probably find that it will take a lot longer to recover. And I wonder if you've noticed that. For me, it certainly took many months to be able to walk again without having pain. So that's just one example, just one of them, of the multitude of them, of these hidden symptoms of menopause that you and your doctor can miss. Now, there are loads, as I said, of these hidden symptoms that can be going on, and I'm going to discuss more of them during my workshop. But basically, you can end up feeling as if your whole body is falling apart and unable to heal. And like I said, I felt like that. It was just one thing after another, all of these niggly little things that would be okay if there was one at a time. But with menopause, they all seem to arrive at once. And it just can be really overwhelming and disheartening, and you really do feel as if your health is just falling apart in front of your eyes. So I want to be here for you to guide you through this transition so that you can be ahead of the game and know how to move through menopause so that you can reduce or even completely eliminate your symptoms, because I really want you to experience vibrant health through menopause. I want menopause to be a soulful, beautiful, soulful experience for you. Now, one of the other topics that I'm going to be covering in my workshop are the silent issues that can be going on inside your body that are keeping you stuck. So you're totally unaware of these things. Now, sometimes, regardless of all the wonderful things that you're doing to help your menopausal symptoms, you could either be finding that these techniques, these supplements you're using, the food that you're eating, etc., is not really making any difference at all. Or you could find that it helps a little bit at first, but then suddenly your symptoms return with a vengeance. Or you could just feel stuck or on this roller coaster ride, and nothing that you're doing is making any big difference, no significant difference. And so you find that you're just battling on through all of these uncomfortable symptoms. And one of the reasons for this, one of the reasons for being stuck and not seeing any major results, can be due to stress. Stress is the ultimate destroyer of our health. Stress directly affects your hormones, and stress can be present in so many ways, ways that you wouldn't even consider. So normally, as I say stress, you're probably thinking about the general day-to-day stresses that you experience during your day. But other stresses, such as food sensitivities, can make a major difference. So these are things that you wouldn't even consider, because you are perhaps eating a really healthy food, but not realizing you're actually sensitive to it. Now, if you eat something on a regular basis, let's say it's gluten, because that's a main culprit of sensitivity, but it could be something like bananas or oranges, or, as I found out, I'm sensitive to almonds, to oats, and chocolate. Chocolate, yes, cacao. I was even having the really healthy organic cacao in an almond milk smoothie most mornings. Or I was having oatmeal for breakfast. Porridge to UK people. So there I am thinking that I'm eating, a healthy diet, but I'm eating things that my body is sensitive to. And when you do that, your body gets stressed every single time you eat it. And as I say, it could be something really healthy. So this stress can directly affect your hormones. It can affect your digestion. It can affect your immune system and, many other things in your body as well. And because of this, it will likely make your menopausal symptoms worse, or even actually create the symptoms that you wouldn't normally be having. So knowing what foods you're sensitive to can make a massive difference in your health and well-being during menopause. Okay, and another little nugget that I want to share with you that I'm covering on my workshop is to be aware of what supplements you're taking, when you're taking them, and what quality they are. Now, I'm not going to go into all of the details of this now because it's a big subject, but one thing I can share with you is that taking too many supplements can actually stress your body out and make your symptoms worse. So you could be taking some really healthy supplements that are proven to help menopause, but if you're taking too many of them, or if you're taking a lot of other supplements at the same time, your body may be struggling to process them all. And so you can either end up passing them straight through you, so they're not making any difference at all. Basically, you're peeing away the money you spent on them, or they can end up creating stress and inflammation in your body, which can cause more harm than good. Okay, so there are just a few tips that I'm sharing on my upcoming online workshop. To get full details, please either click on the link in the show notes or head to my website, soulfulmenopause.com, and click on the Work With Me section. I really hope that you can join me for this workshop, and don't worry if you really want to attend but you're not free on the 3rd of November, because if you sign up now, you'll receive a recording of the workshop, so you'll still get all the information, and you can also send your questions in to be answered as well. Okay, I hope this helps you, and please do get in touch with me if you have any questions. To find out more about how you can live a soulful menopause, please visit soulfulmenopause.com. I'm really looking forward to being with you again soon. Bye for now.